Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well and you're healthy. Thank you for coming back to my channel and watching this video. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline and I just graduated with my master's in social work in May of this year. I make videos here on this channel about my journey in social work school when I was a student and other things that apply to my life as well. So with that being said, with me being a new social worker, I am definitely not an expert, but I think this channel encompasses the fact that because I'm not, I can tell you my real life experiences and my journeys and what I learned along the way. So as a social worker, there are many roles that we can fill, and just to sum it up briefly, we empower people and communities, and we care about the well-being of others, and we help them in so many ways, whether that be through social justice, creating treatment plans, counseling, psychoeducation, teaching coping skills, that kind of thing. So there are so many reasons why I love the career path and everything, but today's video is really going to be all about how to start your journey. And I am not a professional, so take all my advice with a grain of salt, I guess, but I hope that this can be helpful and give you some tips on how to start and where to start. So I am going to read you the definition of social work that I got off of the NASW, basically socialworkers.com/practice. I got this off of there. So it says that social work practice consists of the professional application of social work values, principles, and techniques to one or more of the following ends: helping people obtain tangible services, counseling and psychotherapy with individuals, families, and groups, helping communities or groups provide or improve social and health services, and participating in legislative processes. The practice of social work requires knowledge of human development and behavior, of social, economic, and cultural institutions, and the interaction of all these factors. I think a lot of people watch movies and TV shows with social workers and they think all we do is child welfare. I'm sure if you're a social work student, you've probably heard of that or have been assumed of wanting to go down that route, but there really is in actuality a lot of different ways we go about things, and sometimes that social media in the TV industry, social workers can be shown a certain way. So I just wanted to give that little background in hopes of just defining the career a little bit more. So that leads into my very first step, which would be research. Researching what the career is about and the many different roles we can play, and also just looking up kind of how it even is to start the journey. I believe that you watching this video right now is already fulfilling this step. You may have clicked on this video because you're curious on how to start your social work journey. So I think that that is really the first step in a journey of becoming a social worker, is making sure that you're kind of aware of the things that social workers do and if you can see yourself being one. Along with that, I would recommend looking up the career path in your area. So utilize job websites and job search tools to kind of look at who's hiring in your area, even though you wouldn't apply necessarily right now. I think it's always good to get like a little background on what is out there in the area that you're looking to work in the future. So job search websites include things like Indeed and Glassdoor, things like that. I can put some more on the screen, but even just researching those and looking up some jobs that are in your area can be really helpful in deciding what the outlook looks like. I like that you can also read kind of what the qualifications are on a lot of job listings as well. That could be helpful. You don't need to know exactly what path you want to go down right before even entering into the school building, but maybe just to have a little idea of some different populations you'd like to work with, some broad ideas kind of thing. So are you really passionate about children or working with the elderly? Are you really looking to go into the mental health field or more of a school setting? There's like medical social workers and the military. There's so many different jobs out there for social workers. Things like what interests you and what's drawing you automatically to this career path. So part of your research also could be looking into a bachelor's of other degrees. So you don't necessarily have to have a bachelor's in social work to get a master's in social work. There are people who get bachelor's in psychology or sociology, things like that. There's many that can help you. I personally got a bachelor's in social work and a master's in social work. So I would kind of look into those things as well. So once you have done that, number 2 would be to look up schools in your area that you would want to go into. So you would need a degree to go into social work, and looking up the tuition and the prices and things like that of schools around you could be really helpful in this process. Super important about this tip, it has to be an accredited program. You can look more about that up, but it has to be like accredited. Really suggest doing that. Making sure the college and the program that you decide to go into is an accredited social work program. Next, once you've decided on some schools and maybe made a list of some different ones, doesn't have to be narrowed down to one automatically, figure out how you would maybe pay for this. I think it could potentially help with stress levels if you know how you're going to pay for the tuition in order to get to the degree. So maybe just like throw some ideas out. Nothing has to be set in stone with any of these right now. It is just starting a journey. But maybe thinking about, are you going to save every penny? Are you going to take out student loans? Look up scholarships, things like that. I do have a video on here about things to consider when choosing a college, so I hope if you want to watch this one afterwards or when you complete this step, that would be helpful for you. It could really be helpful to look into college planning if you choose a college or, you know, a few colleges or something. Usually colleges might have like a career planning center. There could also be like non-college related planning centers that maybe your state has, things like that. So looking into planning centers and people that can help you decide this information. Next, after all that, I recommend finding your system. By this I mean, how do you think you'll manage school? If you have a job, a family, a social life, how would you time manage? Sometimes our lives are just really hectic and really busy. So kind of analyzing your life situation and how much time you have available for social work school and school in general. You know, it's a lot of like paper writing, tests, studying, and if you have an outside job, it can be really hard. I know I had jobs all throughout college, and it's definitely a lot of work, but I had a lot of help as well. So just like looking at your life circumstances. So yeah, I hope I explained that well. I'm not saying don't do it if your life is like super hectic. I mean, I hope I explained that well. And finally, once you are done finding an accredited program, feel free to check out my other social work videos here on this channel. I hope they help you either feel motivated or get some tips on different topics of the social work student life. If you have any questions, please ask them down below. I hope that I can help. I'll answer the best as I can. Although I feel like this could be maybe a longer video, I wanted to keep it semi-short and just put little tidbits of information out there that hopefully will help you. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.